Before you spend that golden-colored $1 coin, before you throw it into a vending machine, before you drop it into a jar with hundreds of other coins, take a closer look. Because the coin you are looking at right now may look completely ordinary. It may look like just another $1 coin, a coin that most people would spend without thinking twice. But this particular coin has a story that goes far beyond its $1 face value. Look at the date, 2000. Now look below the date, P. That small letter tells us something important. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. And the year 2000 was not just another year in American coinage. It was the beginning of a completely new dollar coin series. A coin with a new golden color, a new design, a new story, and a woman from American history placed at the center of the design. Her name was Sacagawea. But here is where the story becomes much more interesting. Because not every 2000-P Sacagawea dollar is exactly the same. Some examples are common. Some circulated coins are worth around face value, but other examples have special characteristics that collectors search for. Some are connected to one of the most famous cereal promotions in American coin history. Some have unusual details on the eagle. Some are valuable because of their condition, and some have become famous because of tiny features that most people would never notice. So the real question is not simply, is a 2000-P Sacagawea dollar valuable? The real question is, which 2000-P Sacagawea dollar do you have? Because one coin may be worth around $1, while another coin from the same year in the same mint can attract serious attention from collectors. And this is why you should never judge a coin too quickly. Today, we are going to take a journey through the complete story of the 2000-P Sacagawea dollar. We are going to discover why this coin was created. We are going to learn the story behind Sacagawea. We are going to uncover why the first year of this series became so important. We are going to look at the famous Cheerios Dollar. We are going to talk about the Wounded Eagle variety. We are going to explain the difference between a real mint variety and ordinary damage. And we are going to talk about the real-world value of these coins. So if you have one of these coins in your collection, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you may never look at a golden dollar coin the same way again. The coin that started a new chapter. When people see a 2000-P Sacagawea dollar, many people see only a $1 coin. But collectors see something different. They see the beginning of a new chapter in American coinage. Before the Sacagawea dollar, the United States had already produced many different dollar coins. There were large silver dollars. There were Eisenhower dollars. There was the Susan B. Anthony dollar. But the Susan B. Anthony dollar had a major problem. It was too similar in size and appearance to the quarter. Many people confused the two coins. Because of this, the dollar coin never became as popular as the government hoped. The United States Mint wanted a new dollar coin. But this time the coin needed to stand out. It needed to be instantly recognizable. It needed to look different from the quarter. And it needed to have a design that connected with American history. The solution was a new golden-colored dollar. And on the front of this new coin would be a Native American woman. Not a president, not a famous general, not a king. A woman, a mother, a traveler, a person connected with one of the most famous journeys in American history. Her name was Sacagawea, and the coin that carried her image would enter circulation in the year 2000. That is what makes this date so important. The year 2000 was the beginning, the first chapter, the first time millions of Americans would see this new golden dollar in their hands, and that is why collectors continue to pay attention to this coin today. The woman on the coin. To understand this coin, we need to understand the woman on it. Sacagawea is remembered as one of the most famous Native American women in American history. Her name is strongly connected with the Lewis and Clark expedition. In 1804, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark began a journey across the western part of the United States. This was not an easy trip. The group traveled through rivers, forests, mountains, and unfamiliar territory. They faced difficult weather. They faced hunger. They faced dangerous conditions. They had to travel through places that were not well known to Americans at that time. And during this journey, Sacagawea became an important part of the expedition. One of the most remarkable parts of her story is that she traveled with her young son. Imagine the scene. A long expedition, difficult terrain, cold weather, long distances, and a young mother carrying her baby as she traveled. Her presence became an important symbol. A group of men traveling through unknown territory might look like a military force, but a woman traveling with a baby could send a very different message. Sacagawea, also had knowledge of the land and connections to Native American communities. Her story became connected with exploration, courage, family, and American history. That is why her image was selected for the new dollar coin. Looking closely at the front. Now let's look at the front of the coin. The portrait shows Sacagawea facing toward the right. Her hair is tied back. Her young son is shown behind her. The design immediately tells a story. This is not simply a portrait of a famous person. It is a mother and child. It is a reminder of a historic journey, and it is a symbol of a new era in American coinage. At the top, we see the word liberty. On the left side is the phrase, "In God we trust." On the right side is the date 2000, and directly below the date is the letter P. Now that letter may look small, but to a coin collector, small details can be extremely important. The letter P tells us that the coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This is why collectors identify the coin as the 2000p Sacagawea dollar. If you are searching your coins, this is one of the first details you should check. Date, mint mark, condition, and design. These four things can help you understand what you have. The golden color. One of the first things people notice about this coin is its color. The Sacagawea dollar has a golden appearance. This was intentional. The United States Mint wanted the new dollar to look different from the coins people were already familiar with. But there is one important fact that many people misunderstand. This coin is not made of solid gold. The golden color does not mean the coin contains a valuable amount of gold. The coin is made using a copper-based composition with a special outer layer. So if you find one of these coins, do not assume that its value comes from the metal. For most examples, the real value comes from the coin itself, its condition, its rarity, its variety, its history, and the demand from collectors. This is a very important lesson. A coin can look like gold without being made of gold, and a coin can be valuable without containing precious metal. The eagle on the back. Now turn the coin over. This is where the design becomes even more dramatic. The reverse shows a bald eagle flying through the air. Its wings are extended. Stars surround the eagle. The design creates a feeling of movement. The eagle is not sitting still. It appears to be flying forward. Around the design are the words, United States of America. In the center we see, E pluribus unum, and at the bottom, $1. The bald eagle is one of the most powerful symbols of the United States. It represents strength, freedom, and national identity. But for collectors, the eagle is important for another reason. Certain varieties connected to the 2000p Sacagawea dollar can be identified by details on the reverse. And this is where many collectors begin their search. The first big question is every 2000p rare? The short answer is no. And this is where we need to separate fact from internet rumors. Not every 2000p Sacagawea dollar is worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. The regular coin was produced in very large numbers. That means ordinary circulated examples are generally common. Many of them have been used in everyday transactions. They have been carried in pockets. They have been placed in cash registers. They have been used in vending machines. They have been dropped. They have been scratched. And they have been stored together with other coins. A circulated 2000p Sacagawea dollar is generally worth around its $1 face value, depending on condition and market demand. But that does not mean the entire 2000p issue is uninteresting. In fact, the opposite is true. The reason collectors pay attention to this coin is because hidden among the regular examples are special varieties and exceptional coins, and that is what makes the search exciting. The Cheerios Dollar story. Now we come to one of the most interesting chapters in the story of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar, the Cheerios Dollar. Before the Sacagawea dollar became widely available, the United States Mint worked with General Mills on a special promotion. Some of the new Sacagawea dollars were placed inside Cheerios cereal boxes. Imagine opening a cereal box and finding a brand new American dollar coin inside. At the time, people were excited because this was a brand new coin. But years later, collectors began noticing something interesting. Some of these early examples appeared to have different design details. The eagle on the reverse showed stronger and more detailed features. The feather details were especially important. Collectors began comparing these coins with regular 2000p Sacagawea dollars, and the differences became a major topic in the collecting world. These special examples became known as Cheerios dollars. But there is something extremely important to remember. Not every 2,000p Sacagawea dollar is a Cheerios dollar. The date alone does not prove it. The P mint mark alone does not prove it. The coin must have the correct characteristics. This is why serious collectors study the reverse carefully. They look at the feather details. They compare the design. They study known examples. And when the potential value is high, authentication becomes extremely important. The wounded eagle. Now let's talk about another famous variety. The wounded eagle. The name itself sounds dramatic. And the reason for the name comes from a distinctive raised feature that appears across the eagle. To some collectors, the feature looks like a spear or a wound across the eagle's body. But here is where things get complicated. Many coins have scratches. Many coins have marks. Many coins have damage. So how can you tell the difference? A normal scratch usually happens after the coin leaves the mint. It may happen when coins rub together. It may happen when a coin hits a hard surface. It may happen during years of circulation. But a genuine die variety is different. The unusual feature is created by the die used to strike the coin. When the die strikes the blank metal planche, the feature is transferred to the coin. This is why the feature may appear raised. This is one of the most important differences between a mint variety and damage. If you see a line on your coin, do not immediately celebrate. First ask yourself, is the feature raised? Is it in the correct location? Does it match known examples? Does it appear to be part of the design? Or does it look like a random scratch? These questions matter because the difference between a genuine variety and damage can be extremely important. The mystery of the coin in your hand. This is why coin collecting can be so exciting. Imagine finding a 2,000p Sacagawea dollar in your pocket. At first you see only a golden coin. You see the date. You see the P mint mark. You turn it over. You see the eagle. Then you notice something. A strange detail. A different feather. A raised line. A feature that does not look normal. Now the coin has become a mystery. You begin asking questions. Is it damage? Is it a variety? Was it created at the mint? Could it be rare? Could it be worth more than $1? This is how many collectors begin. Not with a treasure chest, not with an ancient coin, but with one small discovery. Condition can change everything. Now let's talk about condition. Condition is one of the most important factors in coin collecting. Imagine two coins. Both are 2,000p Sacagawea dollars. Both were made at the Philadelphia Mint. Both have the same design. But one coin has been circulating for years. It has scratches. It has contact marks. It has wear. The surface is dull. The details are not sharp. The second coin has been carefully protected. It has bright original surfaces. The design is sharp. There are very few marks. These two coins can have very different values. This is because collectors want high-quality examples. A modern coin may have been produced in huge numbers, but finding one in extremely high condition can be much more difficult. Even a small contact mark can prevent a coin from receiving a very high grade. That is why some modern coins can become valuable, not because they are ancient, but because they are difficult to find in exceptional condition. What about the coin shown in this video? Now let's return to the coin shown in the images. We can clearly identify the important features. The date is 2000. The mint mark is P. The obverse shows Sacagawea and her son. The reverse shows the flying eagle. The coin has visible circulation wear. There are surface marks and signs that the coin has been handled and used. This means we should not treat it like a perfect, uncirculated example. But the coin should still be examined carefully. The reverse deserves special attention. The eagle's feathers should be checked. The body of the eagle should be checked. Any unusual raised marks should be studied. However, we should never claim that a coin is a rare variety simply because it has a mark visible in a photograph. A real variety must be identified by its specific characteristics. That is why serious collectors compare coins with trusted examples. And when the potential value is high, professional authentication is the safest option. Never clean this coin. If you find a coin that looks dirty, do not rush to clean it. This is one of the biggest mistakes beginners make. They believe a shiny coin must be more valuable, so they use a cloth, they use polish, they use chemicals, they rub the surface. But this can permanently damage the original surface of the coin. A coin that looks shiny after cleaning may actually be less desirable to collectors. So if you believe you have a potentially valuable coin, leave it alone. Do not polish it. Do not scratch it. Do not use chemicals. Do not try to repair it. Protect the coin carefully and get professional advice if necessary. How to search for these coins. If you have a collection of Sacagawea dollars, the search is simple. Begin with the date. Look for the year 2000. Then check the mint mark. Look for the P. Next, examine the condition. Is the coin heavily circulated? Does it have scratches? Does it still have original shine? Are the details sharp? Then turn the coin over. Study the eagle. Look at the feather details. Look at the body. Look for unusual raised features. But always remember, a scratch is not automatically a mint error. A stain is not automatically rare. A damaged coin is not automatically valuable. The key is identifying a genuine mint-made feature. Why online prices can be confusing. One of the biggest problems in coin collecting today is misleading online information. You may search for a coin and see one listed for $10,000. Then you may see another listed for $50,000. Many people immediately think, my coin must be worth the same amount. But that is not how the market works. An asking price is not a confirmed sale. Anyone can list a coin for any price. The important question is, did someone actually pay that price? Serious collectors look at completed sales. They compare the exact variety. They compare the grade. They compare the condition. They compare the authenticity. A normal circulated coin cannot be compared with a rare variety in perfect condition. The exact details matter. The real value of the 2000-piece Sacagawea dollar. So what is this coin really worth? For a normal circulated 2000-piece Sacagawea dollar, the value is generally close to $1. A coin in better uncirculated condition may bring a premium. A very high-grade certified example may be worth considerably more. A genuine special variety can be much more valuable. And an exceptional coin with a recognized rare feature can attract serious attention. But never assume that every coin from the same year has the same value. Two coins can have the same date, the same mint mark, the same design, and still have completely different values. That is the secret of coin collecting. The details matter. Why the 2000 date is so important. The 2000 date is important because it represents the beginning. This was the first year of the Sacagawea dollar. It was the year the new golden-colored dollar entered the public's hands. It was the year millions of people saw the new design for the first time. And it was the year connected to the famous Cheerios promotion. That is why the 2000 issue is especially interesting to collectors. When collectors build a Sacagawea dollar collection, the first year is naturally important. But remember, historical importance does not automatically mean high value. A coin can be historically important and still be common. The value depends on many factors. A coin can be common and interesting at the same time. This is something every new collector should understand. A coin does not have to be worth thousands of dollars to be interesting. A normal 2000-piece Sacagawea dollar is still part of American history. It represents a new dollar design. It tells the story of Sacagawea. It shows the beginning of a modern coin series. It was made by the United States Mint, and it has passed through the hands of millions of people. That alone makes it fascinating. Coin collecting is not only about money, it is about history. It is about design. It is about discovery. And sometimes it is about finding something rare. The most important lesson. The biggest lesson from the 2000-piece Sacagawea dollar is this. Do not judge a coin too quickly. Do not look at a modern coin and assume it has no value. Do not look at a $1 coin and assume it is always worth only $1. But also, do not see one unusual mark and immediately believe you have found a fortune. The correct approach is research. Look at the date. Look at the mint mark. Study the condition. Examine the design. Compare the details. And if necessary, get professional advice. That is how experienced collectors work. They do not rely on excitement alone. They investigate. The final checklist. So if you have a 2000-piece Sacagawea dollar, what should you check? First, confirm the date. It should say 2000. Second, check the mint mark. Look for the letter P. Third, examine the condition. Is it circulated? Is it uncirculated? Does it have heavy marks? Fourth, study the reverse. Look closely at the eagle. Check the feather details. Look for unusual raised features. Fifth, do not clean the coin. And finally, if you believe you have a special variety, compare it with known examples and consider professional authentication. Final verdict. The 2000p Sacagawea Dollar is a fascinating modern American coin. Most normal circulated examples are around face value, but the story does not end there. The coin is connected to the beginning of a major American dollar series. It features the historic image of Sacagawea. It has a famous eagle reverse. It is connected to the Cheerios Dollar story. It is connected to the wounded eagle variety. And it shows us why collectors always look beyond the date, because the difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary coin may be hidden in the smallest detail. Final outro. So the next time you see a golden-colored dollar coin dated 2000, do not immediately spend it. Stop. Look at it. Turn it over. Check the date. Check the mint mark. Study the eagle. Look at the details, because the coin that looks like ordinary change may have a story that is anything but ordinary. Maybe it is a normal $1 coin. Maybe it is a high-grade example. Maybe it has a special variety. Or maybe it is simply a fascinating piece of American history. But you will never know until you check. And that is the beauty of coin collecting. Every coin has a story. Every coin has a journey. And sometimes the smallest detail can completely change the way you look at it. So before you spend your next 2000p Sacagawea dollar, look twice. Because the real question is not, is this coin old? The real question is, what exactly am I holding? Thanks for watching. If you enjoy discovering rare coins, valuable varieties, mint errors, and hidden treasures that could still be found in ordinary collections, make sure you subscribe. Keep searching, keep learning, and always check your coins before you spend them. If there is one thing you remember from this entire video, remember this. Never judge a coin too quickly. Do not assume a modern coin has no value. Do not assume a $1 coin is always worth only $1. But also do not assume every unusual mark is a rare error. Be curious. But be careful. Research the coin. Study the details. Compare the evidence. And always protect potentially valuable coins. The 2000p Sacagawea Dollar teaches us that a coin can be common in one form and special in another. The difference may be hidden in a tiny detail. A feather, a raised line, a mint-made feature, a rare variety, or an exceptional grade. That is why collectors continue to look. Final outro. So the next time you see a golden-colored dollar coin with the date 2000, do not immediately spend it. Stop for a moment. Look at the front. Look at the date. Look for the letter P. Turn it over. Study the eagle. Look at the feathers. Examine the surface. And ask yourself, what exactly am I holding? Maybe it is a normal circulated coin worth around face value. Maybe it is a beautiful example in better condition. Maybe it has a special variety. Maybe it is connected to an important piece of American coin history. But you will never know until you look. And that is the beauty of coin collecting. Every coin has a journey. Every coin has a story. Every coin has details. And sometimes the smallest detail can be the most important one. The 2000p Sacagawea Dollar is not simply a golden-colored dollar. It represents the beginning of a new American coin series. It carries the image of Sacagawea. It is connected with one of the most famous journeys in American history. It has famous varieties. It has been studied by collectors. And it continues to remind us that ordinary-looking objects can sometimes hold extraordinary stories. So before you spend your next Sacagawea dollar, look twice. Because $1 may be just $1. But sometimes, $1 can be the beginning of a discovery. Thanks for watching. Keep searching. Keep learning. Keep checking your coins.